It's a long way from Ballarat to dancing in a G-string with a fish on your head at the Lido, Revel Horwood says. It's an even longer way back. Horwood is a judge on the hit British series Strictly Come Dancing, where he is known for his acerbic wit, savage put-downs and high campy elongation of positive affirmations like darling and amazing. Now 10 is bringing him home to judge the Australian version of the show, Dancing with the Stars. But while British television viewers see him all polished, clad in a tuxedo with a genuinely posh British accent to round it all off, his beginnings were far more humble. Advertisement: It's a real Billy Elliot story, darling, he says. Growing up in Ballarat, learning classical ballet, I do remember people at school teasing me, calling me various names. His love of dance got him through, and after moving to Melbourne to pursue a career as a professional dancer, he enjoyed a lucrative career in Australia throughout the 80s. Revel Horwood will be a judge on Australia's Dancing with the Stars. Credit: BBC. When an 8-month contract came up at Paris's famous Lido, the idea of wandering along the Champs-Élysées was a slightly more attractive than the other offer he had on the table. I actually had an 8-week contract for a walk-on role in Home and Away, which was just starting at the time, but I chose Paris, of course, he says. He went on to dance all over Europe before hanging up his dance shoes and finding a second wave of success in choreographing and directing when, out of the blue, producers from the BBC approached him to judge a new reality show. Horwood was born in Ballarat and went on to dance all over the world. Credit: BBC. Given the show's premise, a bunch of celebrities who had never danced before would be paired with professional dancers in a ballroom competition. Horwood's expectations for the series' longevity were low. I went backstage at the end of the first episode and said to the other judges, "This is so embarrassing, it will never work," he says, tipping the show would be cancelled after 3 weeks. But something about the show captured the public's attention, and 15 years later the show is regularly the most watched program on British television, with more than 12 million people tuning in for last year's finale. The format has been copied in 56 territories, including an Australian version, Dancing with the Stars, which ran on the 7 network from 2004 to 2016. Now the show has been picked up by the 10 network, and Revel Horwood will be a judge. He has been watching the promos for the show and admits he isn't familiar with most of the celebrities who will be dancing this year. The lineup includes drag star Courtney Act, fitness expert Michelle Bridges, blogger Constance Hall, comedian Denise Scott, Giggle and Hoots Jimmy Reese, Neighbours actress Olympia Valance, cricketer Curtly Ambrose and chef Miguel Maestre. But there is one name on the list that Revel Horwood does recognize. When I left Australia, Grant Kenny was on the back of the Weet-Bix packets. He says, he was the big hot hunk when I left Australia in 1988, and his son Jet is now on the show, which is outrageous. You go away and suddenly everyone is older and has families. Along with getting to know the group of celebrities, Revel Horwood will need to adjust to a slightly different format of the show. 10's chief programming officer, Beverly McGarvey, said the series will be more in line with the US version of the show rather than the British version. We aren't trying to steer it towards the UK version or the US version, but I think you will definitely see the high production values they have in the US, McGarvey said. The set will be big and beautiful. We are spending a lot of money to ensure the lighting is spectacular, because it is a big flagship show for us at the top of the week. The show begins in just over 2 weeks in Australia, and Revel Horwood says he cannot wait. I am very much looking forward to destroying a lot of people's lives and having a lot of fun while doing it, he says. Dancing with the Stars premieres on February 18 on 10. Nathaniel Cooper is the deputy entertainment editor at the Sydney Morning Herald and The Age. Most viewed in entertainment. Let's block ads.